Mustafa Jana, an assistant professor of Middle Eastern Studies at Sakarya University. Mustafa, thank you so much for coming in. This issue of security, we have lots of different armed groups. We have local tribes, we have different ethnicities who also have arms. But the thing is, the military also has to be controlled. In March, the Alawites along Latakia on the coast, they were accusing military of coming into their homes and throwing residents out and taking over entire neighborhoods. But Ahmed al-Shara was very quick to take action. So everybody has to be controlled almost.
Yeah, as you know, Ahmed al-Shara government has a very tough job ahead. And maybe we can divide this job into two categories. First, the foreign policy issues. And I can say that Shara government was pretty successful at that. And he was able to rehabilitate Syria's foreign policy after almost decades. As you know, since the independence of Syria, since 1946, he was the first Syrian president who met with the US president at the White House.
That's right.
And after decades later, he was at the international scene at the United Nations General Assembly and spoke to the international community. So, and he also made the sanctions lifted, many sanctions imposed by United States, European Union, United Kingdom, and one of the most important one was the Caesars Act sanction, and it was suspended also for 6 months at the last meeting with President Donald Trump. He was very successful in that area. However, when it comes to the domestic structure and security of the country, we are seeing that many problems arose in the country. As you said, many different armed groups, they are claiming their territories, and they voice different demands, and most of them actually are exploiting the power vacuum right after December 8. And we also are seeing that some of them also got international actors' support, foreign actors' support, external powers like Israel and the United States. Maybe you have talked about the coastal areas like Latakia and Tartus, and there were problems there. There are still minor problems there, we can say. But I think the most important problems are in SDF-controlled area and also Sueda region, because
so the Druze community in the
Druze
south
community.
in Sueda, the Bedouin are there, and in the north, we're talking about YPG, terrorist area.
YPG dominated SDF. They are refusing to honor the March agreement. As you know, they signed the agreement. They pledged that they are going to integrate into the national army. However, they are refraining from doing that. I think because of the US support, they are waiting for some opportunities to arise, and then they are going to use that opportunity because they are voicing some so-called decentralization demands. And on the other hand, Damascus government, President al-Shara, rightfully pointing out that there should only be one army, one armed organization, and they promised to integrate into the national army, but they are refusing. And also Turkey warned SDF multiple times, and Turkey is ready to take action if they keep refusing the March, honor the March 10 agreement. Actually, and on the other side of the country, the southern province, Sueda, Hikmet al-Hijri is exploiting the Druze community, minority, fragility, vulnerability. And as you know, during the Assad government, Syria was also a narco state. There was, Captagon production and trade, and some actors actually are trying to keep that business intact. So I think one of the motivations behind Hikmet el-Hijri's actions is that narco trade, and he got, Israel back, because Israel at the same time is trying to exploit this situation, expanding its occupation. As you know, it annexed Golan Heights in 1981, but then after December 8, as you said, over 1,000 airstrikes, because Israel wanted to, destroy the military capabilities of the new government of Syria. This is actually normal when it comes to Israel, because Israel can only feel itself safe when the surrounding area is unstable environment. So that's why Israel is not letting Syria to be re-established as a solid and powerful state. On the other hand, Turkey is supporting Syria's new government, and also Gulf states support Syria's new government, and also the United States actually gave the floor to Ahmed al-Shara. But as I said, two prominent problems now persist. One is with this SDF. This is a YPG terrorist organization, dominated organization, and the other one in Sueda region, Hikmet el-Hijri forces, who is supported by Israel.
Okay, you mentioned Turkey quite a bit, so let's come to Turkey now. Back in 2015, you remember Europe said it was facing a migrant crisis, was the word. There were about 1.3 million people seeking refuge across Europe. Many came from Syria. Host nations would